Welcome to the third lesson for composing with kids. In this lesson, you'll learn how to write a melody using the 5-note pentatonic scale. Songs that use a pentatonic scale include Amazing Grace, Old MacDonald Had a Farm, and Jolly Old St. Nicholas. Let's get started. The first step is clicking the Start Composing for Free button. And the lesson for today is Supersonic Pentatonic. Go ahead and click that, and then click Select. There's already a melody written in the treble clef, and that's there for an example, and then you'll replace it with your melody. And then down here in the bass clef is an accompaniment. Go ahead and leave that alone. It'll just enhance what you're creating up here. Let's go ahead and listen to it. This is the kids' song called Bow Wow Wow, and it's a well-written melody. And the notes that are used are F, G, A, C, and D. And down here in the bass clef, the same thing. That's the F pentatonic scale, F, G, A, C, and D. And you can see some of the notes are grayed out because they're not part of the F pentatonic scale. They won't be notes that you can even choose because they won't fit. All right? Let's listen one more time and then start to form ideas for your melody. So you can see, since this is such a good melody, let's look at what makes it good. It starts out with a simple idea just on one note, da, da, da. Changes it to the same idea, just up a little bit higher, da, 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 on the A, and the first one was on F. And then it gets busier in the middle, and it rises to the highest note. And most things that are building toward excitement are also building toward high notes. And then it descends, da, 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 and then bum, bum, ba, which is the same rhythm that was used at the beginning. Half note, whole note. Half note, whole note. Half notes use half a measure. First half, second half. Whole notes use the whole measure. That's true in 4/4 meter. 4/4. Not a fraction, but just two numbers that mean specific things. How many beats to a measure, and that the quarter note gets the beat. All right, let's start coming up with an idea. So the way you could do this is to start to move these things around and see if you can come up with something else that it uses the same rhythm. We can start with that and then try something else too. So let's do da, da, da. Well, now that we have this shape, we can come over here and move that up to da, da, da. And then I'm just going to change this one a little bit. Dun, 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 da, dun, da, da. I just moved some things around, but it's sort of, all the rhythms are the same as Bow Wow Wow, and some of the notes are the same, but it's enough different to be a decent melody and your own melody. Let's listen to that. Okay, that's okay. It's not as memorable as Bow Wow Wow, because Bow Wow Wow is a well-written song, even though it's very simple. All right, let's take some of the notes out and get creative. I'm going to leave this last note because I really want to end on an F. F, because it's in the key of F pentatonic, ending on F makes it sound finished. It's like putting the end on the end of your song. All right, first idea. Let's go back, click the notes, and let's try this. Bum, 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 bum. So I sort of noodled around the same three notes. Let's see what that sounds like. And I'm going to slow this down. I think the melody's too fast. Let's go for, that's good right there, 156. Listen to it again. Okay, that's something good. Now we want to play with this idea, but do something, maybe it's exactly the same. Let's start with that. Exactly the same, 2 times. Let's see if that works. It's okay. It's starting to get a little bit boring. It needs something right there. So I'm going to change. I'm going to get rid of. We could do just let's experiment a little bit. We could go down to C. Pa da 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 pa da 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 da. Low C, and let's make it for the whole measure. All right. So it's not building toward a high note that at some time in measure 5 or 6 or end of 7, beginning of 7, it's got to rise up to something to gain some excitement. This went down, but it's still decent. Let's try this out. Now, that's okay. Let's try. So this was low C over here, low C. Now we're on high C. Let's see if this generates a little bit more excitement. Same note, just higher. All right. Or we could just do 2 notes like that, or like make 2 notes so it strikes it and then strikes it again, just for a little bit of rhythmic interest instead of just holding out a whole note. Let's try that. All right, so we tried a bunch of things. We tried that other completely different version, just sliding the notes up and down, keeping the rhythms. Didn't work out. It was okay, but it wasn't memorable. This is getting to be a little bit more memorable. And we tried low C. That was good. High C, that was better. Giving this a rhythm gave it a little bit more activity. And I'd sort of like to have that as we build into the climax of the piece, the big moment, and then we descend toward the end. Now, we want to take something that's like over here and maybe imitate it. So let's try this. Look at the melody, look at the shape. Dee da da da. Drop, start, and then drop down, then rise up again. The only restriction we have is we can't do A, B, C. We don't have B in the A, B, C, D region. So we're going to have to do something else. So I didn't come back. I dipped down. I didn't come back by step. I had to go back to C, and then I went to D. But this is nice because if we keep on just playing C, we're sort of hitting a ceiling. And if you bump into the ceiling too much, and the C is getting to be the ceiling, it feels like you're stuck and the melody will never be anything. It feels limited. But if you go and add this little note right here, there's some added excitement because now it's free and we're not sure where it can go. So let's listen so far to what we have and see if it's all working together. Well, I like that a lot. All right, let's try adding something. I'm going to imitate these 2 notes. Again, oh. Da 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 da. That's an F. Let's land on that. let's see how, so remember how we wanted to start low, gain some energy, keep the rhythm going, rhythmic activity going, rise up, break through the ceiling to play D twice, and then we're starting to drop down again, just what we want for a well-composed melody. And we still have to fill in this measure, but that should be easy. Just use an idea that happened over here, or it could be something fresh and new. Let's see what we have. We're going to play to the end. See if you can imagine what should go in measure 7. Maybe you even come up with something, stop the video, and come up with something on your own and anticipate what I might do next. All right, now that you have an idea in mind, I'm going to fill something in, and you can go over and write this all out in Composing with Kids too, and then mess around with this last measure using your idea. But here I go with my idea. I'm going to put a note right here and drop down to that one, C, so G, C, F, and I land on sort of like home plate in baseball. It's like you're around the bases, but you're not really arrived yet. F is the arrival note when you're writing something with F pentatonic scale. Whatever the name of the scale is, that's the arrival note. All right, we have a whole something. Let's see what happens, what this is all about. Let's play the whole thing through. All right, that's interesting. So I tried G. Let's try A and see if that has another flavor to it that's even nicer. Yep, I like the G. It had a sense of direction moving down to F, but A just seems to have that special something that I'd like to keep in my melody. All right, let's name it. Let's see. Pentatonic Mania, whatever. Name it whatever you want. And my name is Andy. So I'll put that right there. All right, time to try your own piece. See you next time.